Hi,
Erin.
Duke.
Hello.
Sweet.
Welcome.
Let me know when you're recording and I'll do a little
am.
introduction.
We're recording live.
We're recording. Yay. Awesome. This is vocal lessons number 3. And we have Pepper Rose, also known as Jessica McCombs. Pepper Rose is your stage name, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, awesome. And you gave us such an amazing lesson on looking up covers, playing them, and kind of making them your own. I also love that you included guitar tab stuff to kind of encourage our singers to maybe expand their knowledge a little further. And Pepper plays in a band called Spirit Machines and totally rocks it and makes her music her own. So thanks again for doing it. And let's make some noise for Pepper Rose. Woo! Right on.
Yeah, it's so nice to see you guys.
Yeah, it's good to see you too.
So Lo, are you guys in the same band or how many groups do we have here?
I have one other person in my band.
Okay. So you guys are having fun. And so just remind me of the format for this one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. It's all good. So we can just have, if people have questions about the lesson or, we can take things a little further, do some tips or anything like that. Yeah. So okay. Did anyone have questions from the lesson this week?
We'll start there.
No questions from you too. How about you, Mars? And people are still joining us, so yes. Hello, Abby and Andrea.
Hello. Hello, I'm Pepper.
So Pepper, my question for you is, how did you come to the decision of covering that song? Like, what made you choose that song? Was there a moment?
So when thinking about covers, and usually when I get into covering a song, it's because I heard the song maybe on the radio or somewhere, and then it gets stuck in my head. And for me, until I learn a song completely, it'll just be stuck in my head. And so I liked that song because I'd found out about Sia. I don't know if it was from the Ellen show or just from watching Dance Moms with my mom or something, but I'd heard that she had terrible stage fright and mostly performed with her back to the audience, and that she was kind of overcoming the stage fright. And I actually used to have terrible stage fright myself, and so I liked the idea that somebody could struggle with that and still become world famous, and kind of ask have her own performance style where she kind of makes it work for her on stage, by turning around so that she feels more comfortable. And I don't know, I kind of just like that song. It's about having thick skin and kind of persevering. It's kind of a dramatic song. I feel like I have a dramatic style, so.
Yeah, something you can relate to, right?
Yeah. A cover was best for me.
I didn't know that about Sia. I have stage fright. You really wouldn't know it, but I really do, especially the 30 minutes before I go on stage. I pace my green room or wherever I'm at, and I freak out. I get all sweaty, I get nervous, and I think it's normal, more normal than what we realize. One of our rock camps, one of the kids was way too scared to be on stage. And so someone, I can't remember who, was it June, who brought a giant cactus, a blow up cactus, and put it on the stage. And then the camper stood and sang behind it. And their band was called Sarcactus. So it was perfect, right? I mean, and I also think too, you think about Lady Gaga, who maybe hides behind a lot of her makeup or in her costumes, or other artists that do performance art with it. I almost feel like it's a coping mechanism. So I don't know if anyone knows or seen the video, but Spirit Machines did a rad cover of a Tool song into a Led Zeppelin song, a mashup. Maybe, how do you feel? Do we have consent to show the group that video right now from you?
Oh, sure. Yeah, I feel bad. There's like a couple of swears in it, and sometimes I feel bad about that.
A couple swears. I think we're okay. Does everyone consent to hearing a couple swears? All right. Thumbs up from everyone. Mars, all right, get out, Mars. Put your earmuffs on. Now come back. But why I want to bring this up is because we've heard these songs a bunch and we've heard them a certain way, right? Well, what Spirit Machines did with it is they turned it entirely into their own version, into their own song, put their own spin on it. And it also shows you how to do a mashup. Who knows what a mashup is? Someone answer me. Mars, unmute yourself.
I guess my definition of a mashup would be like two different songs that would kind of stop at part of the song and then jump into another song and start to play that and then stop and jump into the other song. Actually, maybe not stop, but fluidly, like kind of go into the other one and back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, there's no rules. You can do a stop and then go into the other song and stop, go back. It's basically just mashing up. You can mash up 2 songs. You can mash up 3. There are going to be lessons in the future about, how some songs have all the same chords. So, Hillary, are you able to play that? Awesome. Let's watch it and let's learn.
All right, let me get it queued up here.
And then we're going to pick your brain, Pepper, about how you guys developed this concept. And this video went viral. Like, viral's pretty rad. That means a lot of people all across the world watched the video. And the band Tool, who's pretty amazing, and reshared the video and put that up. So it's Brad. I'm super proud of you guys. It's like, yeah, hometown band killing it for the world. So yeah, let's get it going when we're ready.
Yeah, we tried.
Thank you, Hillary, for being on it. This will be another good idea for your videos, thinking of places to film your videos, y'all.
Provision is my face is open. Sail across the streets of fear, waiting like a stocking butler who upon the finger rest. Murder now the path of my way, just because the sun has come. Mother Mary, won't you whisper something but the past is done? Jesus, won't you fucking whistle something but the past is done? Why can't we not be so Trust in me and fall as well. I will find a center in you. I will chew it up and leave. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Why can't we not be sober? I just want to start this over. Why can't we drink forever? I just want to start this over now. I want what I want. Ooh, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, yeah. I want what I
Woo! Yeah. Amazing.
It's so weird to watch it and listen. One thing that I've been trying to be better about is in order to get better, you have to watch yourself and you have to listen to yourself, and sometimes it's like extra specially painful.
Totally. I honestly would never know that you have stage fright. You know, watching that performance, I would never have guessed that. Like, wow, I'm like almost crying here. Woo! It's emotional. But Talia cries if you don't know that already.
Oh,
Mark down the tear tally.
See, I'm a crier. I'm usually the sensitive one.
Well, for me, that's so powerful. Yeah, woo! Someone else can take it from here. I'm gonna bow out for a second.
Yeah, if you guys have any like questions about I don't know like what our plan was, other than just taking two songs. I guess when we were originally looking at doing a cover, part of the reason that we did a mashup was because like one of the songs was really long and some of the songs are really difficult, and so sometimes a mashup is a way to kind of like take out or skip over like hard parts of the song, or like parts that maybe you don't connect with as much. That's one of the devices.
I have a question.
for you.
Oh, go ahead, Erin.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was it hard for your band to agree on what parts of the song you wanted to keep and what parts you wanted to cut out? How did your band work that out together?
It was kind of difficult. I was really like attached with certain parts of Kashmir, and Dave is very, I don't know, like resistant to covers, and he has a lot of input on the song structure, and so he wanted it to be like pop, so to cut down on parts that were longer. And so we actually like had two documents, and I like highlighted them in different colors, and then took those parts and kind of put them together so that they could see, because it was also tough just learning both of the songs all the way through and then putting them together. So we created kind of like a document that people could see, and the drummer had a lot of input too, as to where, because he was playing the drums and was like, it's like too hard to go from the timing here into the timing there. And so it was definitely a group effort. There were some other song combinations that were in the running, but they got voted down. Like I wanted to do the immigrant song with a cake song, but they were like nobody likes cake, and I was just like, people love cake. I don't personally like cake a lot, but people here love cake. So
we love cake. I think y'all should give it another try. Put out another video.
Well, speaking talk, the talk speaking that he does, I also found out that I could not do it very well. I'm still like very shy about rapping, and it wasn't actually until the Rock Camp rap workshop last year that I was like, even, I don't know, I guess it took just like everybody around, just, you know, especially the younger folk, just like rapping effortlessly, like no fear or insecurity. And I was like, I guess I could try rapping. Um, but
I love that. Was there a
Mhm.
certain, just like, I guess is just an inspiration? Why did you choose those two songs? Was there?
I felt like both of the songs kind of had themes of escapism and also just sometimes, you know, that feeling like when you're at your lowest. That's like the Tool song. And I don't know, I just see people here around just really struggling with that, of feeling like they're worthless or they're pathetic, or, you know, in a way to kind of like overcome that. And so I felt, I don't know, I've always kind of connected with that, because sometimes you feel like that and you can't get down on yourself for like feeling bad. I feel like we judge ourselves like for feeling bad like that sometimes, you know. And so I always thought that song was kind of like a fun exploration, where sometimes it's kind of fun to have a pity party. I don't know. It's like a
Well,
fun
it's
pity party song.
Yeah,
to me.
it's healing, and it's a form of expression, and music can be the best way to express like our darkest emotions, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And then Kashmir, it's just like kind of like he goes on a fun exploration, the character in the song, where he's like visiting all these different places, and some of the stuff he sees is really scary. And I don't know, I kind of felt like the two together was sort of a meditation.
I love that intention. I too choose songs that resonate with me. I used to like just cover songs because I thought that an audience would want to hear it.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times the content and the lyrics just did not match me, you know? And it took me a little while to figure that out. But once I started to cover people that I actually enjoyed what they were saying, you know, it makes so much more, you know, magic. I want to ask our campers out here, has anyone tried learning a cover yet? Has any of the vocalists tried to learn someone's song? Lo, you want to tell us who you've learned?
I did a few songs, but I started with what's it called? Whenever Wherever by Shakira.
Oh, that's an awesome one. How does it make you feel when you're singing it? It's my favorite part of the cover.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Powerful. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, and Shakira is powerful, you know, dancing and singing and uplifting us at the same time. I love that. Are you going to practice dance moves to go with it too? Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Anyone else?
Yeah, any covers you'd like to learn?
Yeah, now's the time to think about it. Duke, you have anything you've been thinking about?
Abby and Andrea?
Yeah, I spent some time working on some obscure Bay Area punk rock stuff, and the big hurdle I have is I don't have the coordination. Like, I can't drum because my arms and legs don't work independently, and at the same time I can't strum and sing at the same time. So that's like a big hurdle for me to get over.
Yep. And right, you know what?
Yeah, right now it's one or the other.
Yeah, we keep saying this, but the more you do it, the easier it is, you know?
Yeah.
And like try, because punk can be fast too. Like those rhythms are no joke. Try slowing the song down, you know?
The one thing that I found especially useful is with my band, when the volume gets up, you know, we have everything going through the PA and stuff, and I can hear myself and I can hear the guitars and I can hear my voice. That's when it all clicks, because I can actually hear things independently. Whereas sometimes if you're just playing a guitar, your voice is too loud or the guitar is too loud or something, it's not balancing.
You just brought up an incredible point, because for band practice, for recording your videos, can you hear yourself? You know, when you guys are practicing, can you hear yourself? If you can't, you know, there's ways to turn up or have other people turn down too. Guitar players are notorious for playing really loud, right? So it's just a delicate balance of listening to each other and making sure you can hear yourself, especially a vocalist. What do you think happens if you cannot hear your vocals? Can someone answer that, or maybe talk about what's happened when they couldn't hear themselves? Sarah, has that happened to you before?
Yes, and the guitarist is often the guilty one. I was laughing about that. But yeah, no, sometimes I'll have a gig where in the beginning I'll think it's fine and I won't want to make a big deal and I don't want to ask anything. And then halfway through the gig, I lose my voice and my throat really hurts and I don't know why. And it's because I'm just subconsciously trying to keep up with it. And it's really not fun. And I think that's a really great point. Yeah, Duke, like when you're singing into a microphone, it's a completely different experience. So definitely, yeah, everybody keep that in mind. It's like part of the instrument. But
yeah, keep hearing because you don't want to strain yourself. And I've also hit the wrong notes because I can't hear myself, right? And then I'll hear a recording of it and I'm like, oh, wow, that was not good, you know, but it happens. Mars.
So recently, I was practicing Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor, and her voice is like mind blowing, like one of the best voices of, like amazing. And my voice isn't, I mean, clearly she's amazing, but I was trying to get those notes right when I was playing her, and it's difficult, but at the same time, it was really fun to try and like, just, like, cause I was, playing with the guitar and, yeah, I just wanted to say that like sometimes vocalists can be amazing, but if you can find that range where you can actually find where you fit in, and that's what I was trying to do. So, and I still practice that one and I love it. So yeah, that one.
Yeah, and that has super high parts, which eventually you want to try and work up to, but it's okay if you stay low on it or if you do it monotone. You're not monotone, but just one note. Like, I love that, adapting the cover to your voice instead of trying to sound exactly like the artist.
Yeah.
Abby, I saw your hand was up. Did you have something to say?
I've been practicing the camp song.
Oh, awesome. How does the camp song make you feel when you sing it?
Good.
Makes you feel good.
She's really good at it too.
What? Well, I can't wait to see your band perform it for us, at some point.
That'll be fun.
Practice recording a video of the rock camp song, that's a good way to practice performing. Jessica, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did you have something to say?
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say about not being intimidated by the singer, singing really well or singing a different way. Sometimes I'll sing like the harmony if things are too high, or just like sing a completely different melody. One that suits you. I like that what you said about making a video of yourself playing, because that's like where I find it's even more nerve-wracking than being in front of people sometimes. And it's a great way to practice. And when you're practicing playing and singing, practicing standing at the mic or standing up. I always practice the guitar standing up so that I know, or else, when you get to the performance, it's all different.
Anyone else have any other covers that they have been learning? What about you, Kaya, Tiana, Belin? Have you guys thought about any covers?
I mean, we're kind of like Abby. We've been practicing the rock camp over and over again. Yeah. I just told them to think of some covers and we'll try them if they're easy.
Yeah, we were going to send you Chain of Fools, right?
Yeah.
I think we talked about sending an Aretha Franklin song for you to try.
Yeah, I was gonna play it for them.
Yeah, dude, it'll be fun. And sometimes those songs can sound complicated, but you can simplify it. Chain of Fools by Aretha Franklin's a 1-chord song, right? Who feels confident they could play a 1-chord song,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everyone, right? Everyone should. Kashmira, welcome. We're just asking people if they have been learning any cover songs.
I just wanted to share a quick thing. I actually just recently learned all about that bass as a cover on the ukulele, like an acoustic version. And it's a really fun cover. There's only 4 or 3 chords in the song, and it's really fun and like catchy. So that might be a fun one. It's fun to like groove to and stuff. So yeah, check that one out. I had a lot of fun with it on the ukulele. It was good.
Oh yeah, another thing about covers is it's a great way to, I think I talked about this in the video, but it's a great way to start writing songs, because you can learn the song and cover it and then just write completely different words to it. And then you don't have to worry about like coming up with a whole new melody, because sometimes that's a little overwhelming when you're just trying to get, you know, your thoughts down into song.
I second that.
So can I make a comment about your video? Something I really enjoyed from it. I really like the way that you explained your parts, how you broke it down. That was really helpful, the step-by-step that you talked about in the video. And then my favorite thing was when you talked about using like your body and hand motions to remember the lyrics. I remember you talking about that last summer in one of the workshops that you did for us. And that's helped me so much, because I love to sing along with songs and I forget the words, and I really like that. So thank you for that. I thought that was a great tip for sure.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of things, and you know, it's funny you say that it's hard to imagine me having stage fright and being in the video, but coming up with the stage name has been a big part of that, because it's like I have all these ideas about who Jessica is and, you know, what I do and who I am, you know, shy kind of person. But when you're performing, you don't want to limit yourself like that. And so it's like when I'm thinking of what Pepper Rose does, you know, she can do literally anything, you know, and then to kind of get over that hurdle, because it is scary, especially when you're singing and starting to like act out. And that's why I think a cover is a great place, because, you know, it's somebody else's kind of story that you relate to. But if you can really get emotionally tapped into a song, and Talia, I really like your covers because, you know, you can really tell that, you know, that extra like emotional like feeling comes through. Or Sarah just put out a cover actually of one of my favorite artists, Nancy Sinatra. I saw that cover, the Bang Bang, and that's another kind of story song. And so it's like living that story is the best part about covers, because you can kind of put yourself into somebody else's shoes, you know, even if it's your own stage name shoes.
Thanks. Yeah, I had fun with it. I used to be so against covers. I literally used to think it was so lame, and I have totally grown exponentially as an artist since learning covers and just understanding the whole the world of music and musicians. You feel like you're part of that collective family, because you become part of history once you can learn a cover song. Then you know that song in a whole new way too, like, because I never think about the words as much as when I do a cover of it, and then I like really hear the words. So yeah, it's been fun.
It gives you more appreciation to it also, right? Because you don't realize, whoa, that's they were saying right there. What? That's so cool. Yeah, I just think it's really cool. I also love your original music. So I want to shift the conversation. I know we were learning covers, but let's shift to original music. Has anyone started writing their original song yet? And it is totally okay if you have not, but if you have, raise your hands. We got some haves. Yeah, nice. Rad. Pepper, do you want to talk about your, like, really quick, like your process for writing an original song, if you have one?
Sure. Yeah. I'm writing a song right now, and it's hard because like when you go to write the song, that's like when the most resistance comes. You're like, I'm going to write a song. And then you sit there and nothing comes. And so for me, it usually starts when I'm walking to work or to school, or like walking somewhere and not paying much attention. Then you'll get like a melody. And then when I'm kind of have a melody that I'm like singing over and over again, I'll get my voice memos app on my phone out, and I'll hum that melody or whistle it into the phone so that I don't lose it and forget it. Because if you like wait, then you'll forget. So always have your voice memos open. And then maybe I'll kind of come up with like one or two lines that go with that melody, and then I'll write those down right away. And sometimes it just stops there, and you know, I won't put a lot of pressure on it. And then later, if more comes to me, I'll maybe write down, and then if I'm doing it with a guitar, sometimes I write melodies and I can't play the guitar to it just yet. And that's okay. You know, you just save it, or you can ask a friend to help you. But then once I have like a couple of verses, I'll kind of, sometimes like what you first came up with will be the chorus. Sometimes that piece, if you can get like 1 or 2 lines or 4 lines, sometimes that'll be the bridge. Sometimes it'll be the chorus, you know, and maybe I'll try it out in different places where I'll be like, this is the chorus, and then I'll sing something else like the verse, or be like, no, that was more of a verse. Often, so then I'll have like maybe 4 or 5 options of like 4 or 5 line phrases. And then I often find that the last one that I write ends up becoming the first verse, you know, because like sometimes you have, you know, the idea of like what the story is. And then at the end, I'm like, how do we get there though? Like, how do we introduce this to people? So then once I have kind of decided like what's going to be the verse and what's going to be the bridge, what's going to be the chorus, then I'll get my guitar out. And I'm self-taught, so I just figure it out. You know, I just like play the chord shapes until one sounds right. I'm not very like musical in that way. And maybe I'll just start with like 3 chords and just strum 1 chord, not even worry about the picking pattern, and then see what kind of fits and feel it out that way, if that makes sense. And then once I get to that point, then I'll try and get a voice memo of it, where it's not even like in time. I'll just go like strum 1 chord and then go do to do to do, and then I'll listen back and see where that takes me. And if I'm really feeling good about it, I might show it to a friend and see what they think, and ask them what they liked about it. And if you don't want negative feedback, just be upfront about that and be like, hey, I'm not looking for any criticism or critique right now. I'm really sensitive. You know, because some people are really harsh, or they don't mean to be, and I'm very sensitive, so I don't want any negative feedback at that point. And it's okay to be clear with people about what kind of feedback you're looking for. Then maybe they have ideas, and you know, you go back and just let it be stuck in your head until it sounds right. So that's about it.
Boundaries, right? Creating boundaries with your band members and with people, with your songs and with yourself. I love that. All right, so the campers that have started writing, is anyone willing to share either a line or what your song's about, or maybe the melody, or sing me a line? Anyone want to share? Be brave.
Somebody do it, please. I want to hear you.
It's vulnerable sharing, you know, original material, especially in front of all of us, but we are the best people to share it in front of, right? Because we're all going through the same thing. We're all feeling the same insecurities. And there's nothing but love and respect for everybody in this Zoom room right now. Shell?
I have kind of a question, if Jack will stop crinkling stuff. So with our band, we kind of wrote the notes first, and we don't really have lyrics. So like to try and keep track of things, you know, like Mars was just kind of like kind of singing the notes, you know, just so we can feel what's happening. And we haven't really gotten into lyrics, but I'm just kind of curious more about like what, like Pepper, before you're about to start writing a song or singing, like how do you warm up? Like what are different ways that you warm up? I know we'd like more tools just to like have our voices feel ready, because we aren't people who sing very often.
So when I warm up, this is another place, is like once you have a cover that you just like love to play and makes you feel just like perfectly at home, I'll play that cover to warm up to myself. I'll sing it to myself, like in the bathroom, just to get me some. One of my warm-up songs when I'm busking is the Lady and the Tramp song. It's like, he's a tramp, he's a scoundrel. Yeah, it's very silly. And just go like really easy on it, you know, like, and then maybe sing it progressively, like more seriously. And so that's kind of what I do. I do have like, you can do like arpeggios, like bumblebee, 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 stuff like that. and the siren that we talk about. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but that cover really helps you like feel comfortable, and I think I talked about it in the video a little bit when somebody's like singing really high and you're like listening and trying to emulate their voice. Instead of trying to sing along with them, when we hear other people sing, we are literally trying to make our voices in that shape. So if you're listening to Dolly Parton, you're gonna like create this tiny voice shape. And so to get out of that, you know, you want to really do those, like not listen to it, kind of identify how high it is, like beep, and then just do those arpeggios up to it, like da 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 da, to feel how you sound making those notes. Because sometimes I think you feel like you can't sing along with Beyonce, but if you tried to sing that high note on your own, you might have a better time with it.
Yeah, that's a great tip. Definitely.
Abby's willing to share one of her lines. You said you would. Just tell them the words. You don't have to sing it. Just
Yeah,
tell
you don't have to sing.
Just tell them the words.
I want to even say it.
Do you want to whisper it in your mom's ear and have your mom say it for her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go one at a time.
Okay. Hey, hey, weirdo. Do you want to be my friend? Holding hands while running in the sand.
Yeah. I want to be your friend and I'm a weirdo. That's perfect.
Oh wait. There's more.
There's more.
I'm afraid to sing this song because I'm a little scared. Okay. Making friends can be kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Woo! Who agrees in this room? Do we all agree and relate to that, right? And that's fun and relatable. I love that. Everyone here can connect to your song, Abby. Thank you for sharing. I'd say keep writing it. Sounds like a smash hit. I'm gonna want a CD, if you know what a CD is. Anyone else have any lines from their originals or any even just idea of kind of what you want to sound or what you want your song to be like? Any ideas too? Yes, beep.
Okay, so I've just been playing around with some words. I'll just read it to you.
Okay.
I don't know a tune yet or anything. So, how do we see them? Don't judge by the color of skin. How do we treat them? Like brothers and sisters, just like kin.
Whew, got me tear tally number 2. That's awesome and extremely vulnerable and important, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's choosing to use your song to talk about something that's important to you.
Well, I learned from you, Talia.
Ah, I love you guys.
Love you too.
Sorry, it's been a hard week, y'all, but rock camp is magic and rock camp helps so much, you know, and music, like when you're going through a tough time, sometimes just sitting down with your favorite music and blasting, you know, I've been listening to a lot of Lizzo. We've got any Lizzo fans? And I just love her because she's so unapologetic and she exists in her body and she's not ashamed and she is loud and proud and calls people out on their stuff. I've been listening to that a lot because it's empowering and it's uplifting and it makes me feel good. And that's actually the most recent cover. One of the most recent covers I learned was Lizzo's Juice because of the line, if I'm shining. Does anyone know the rest? You're muted, Shell. If I'm shining, what's the rest?
Everybody gonna shine.
Everybody gonna shine, right? If you are doing good, if you're putting out your energy into this world, other people see that and reflect it, and it's a beautiful thing. I love that that's the start of your song. Yeah. And I think, you know, you guys do what you want with it because it could be funky, it can be like slow, it could be anything. You could take it anywhere. Shell, you said you guys have some chords and Mars is singing along, that's the perfect way to develop your melody. If you don't have words, just sing whatever comes to mind. But then you're like, ooh, I like the way I sang that. Stop playing and record it so you don't forget. You know, if something resonates with you guys, it's always okay to stop in your practice, grab your recording device, or record before you start playing. And before we say goodbye for the night, is there any other questions for Pepper Rose, or any other people want to give any more gives or tell us stuff? Mars.
So can you talk about the hook, or like the chord, like how do you want to like, you know what I'm talking about? Like just get the answer to the question of your verse kind of thing, you know? Like I kind of like, I'm struggling with that with words. I do have some written down, but we haven't really talked about it in band practice yet. But yeah, just hooks.
Hooks are interesting. I've been watching this show. It's called Rhythm and Flow, and it's kind of yeah. Aaron's like, I've been watching it, and they keep saying about the hook, like people want something that they would caption their Instagram post of, like the one thing that they'd say. And I'd never heard it said like that before, but like the hook's kind of like, it's the part that gets stuck in your head, you know, and it doesn't always have to be like perfect, like, you know, like people are like the perfect hook, because sometimes the hook's just like hey, or like the melody that kind of really stuck in your head. So like as you're kind of coming up with the melody, the part that really like you find like repeating in your mind over and over again, you know, I'd focus on that part for being the hook. And as far as like what it is, I think it's like what you want to say, what you want to say to the world, or like what one thing you want people to kind of come away with the song from. And you know, it could just be like an emotion. Like maybe don't focus so much on what the words are as like the motion. Like going back to Sarah just put out a new single for Rock and Roll. It's called Rock and Roll, and I would say the main hook is just like this awesome emotional kind of oohs and ahs. And I think a lot of songs kind of have, you know, they're not necessarily, it's just one word, or you know, you can think outside of the box there, but just something short, sweet, you know, what you want to say or how you feel.
I agree. I think that's great. Whatever gets stuck in your head generally is going to be your hook. Is it easy to sing? Can people sing along with you? Is it a relatable melody? And by that, is it catchy? You know it. Tiana has a question down there.
Okay, so this question is for Jessica.
How did you get over your stage fright?
Well, I crashed and burned once. I had a big test for school. It was an oral test, and I just like totally froze up and choked. And I was just like, this can never happen again, because it was kind of a big deal. And so that's how I got into music. Is I chose an area that was like less stressful for me, or like had less stakes to practice. And so I went to an open mic, and it's kind of scary to be in a new place singing. So I think I would just go there the first time just to be there and see other people doing it. And when you see other people doing it and you realize that you're connecting to them, you know, even though they're not perfect, or they're like you know, then you get kind of inspired. And so then you have a community. And once you have a community where you feel kind of safe, you can, because I started, even before that, I went to my neighbor's house and I asked him to listen to me sing while he was in the other room between the doors. And, you know, once I'd sing for one person, then I could kind of perform at the open mic for a couple people. And I was so afraid that I broke the pick off of my guitar pick, the tip. And then, so I just like sang a cappella because I froze up. And so just just practice. And so, you know, you can practice with your family. You can just record a voice memo and then play it for your friend if you're not ready to perform yet. And then I think just know that whatever you're doing, somebody needs to hear it. In rock camp at the showcase, one of the camper songs, their hook was, "Who am I? What am I? Why can't I be me?" And I was just bawling. You know, it was so simple. And, you know, they were probably one of the youngest groups. And I was just like, if they are reaching me, you never know who that one person out there that, you know, you could reach. And so if you really like have that faith, and then get a community around you, and then just practice and practice, and don't be afraid to fail. Sometimes you're going to mess up. And then you just say, "Hey, can I start again?" And then start right again. Everybody does it.
I love that. I think, yeah, let's put our hands up, make some noise here. Don't be afraid to fail. I think we all could take that into this next week of learning. Don't be afraid to try something and mess up completely and laugh about it and move on, right? Anyone else have a real quick question, or how are we feeling? Okay, well, make sure and follow Spirit Machines. Let's type that in the chat. Will someone type that, Spirit Machines, into the chat? And where else can we hear your music, Pepper?
I have a personal SoundCloud. If you're looking for more of my guitar stuff, it's Pepper Rose SLC
on SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud.
Cool.
If you Google that, I have a Facebook page as well for Pepper Rose SLC. And yeah, thanks for sharing your songs. It really means a lot to me to hear you guys creating.
Yeah, thank you so much for your amazing lesson and your amazing voice, and, you know, being a role model for all of us in how to do mashups, make songs our own, and create. So much love. Vocalists, go sing your little hearts out, have fun, and we'll see you guys on Saturday or at next week's lesson. Thanks again, Pepper Rose. Make some noise. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, thanks, Talia.
Thank
Thanks, guys,
you.
for being here. You're amazing.
You're amazing. Thank you so much.